Be learning about Sylvia Earle and marine biology. Um, that's just the lesson plan. We'll get started right now. Okay, so first we're going to start with Sylvia Earle. We're going to find out who she is and what she did. So, just a quick quote that I really liked from her. It says, "Every time I slip into the ocean, it's like going home." And I really like this because I think it really shows how much she loved the ocean. We're going to learn a little bit more about that. So Sylvia Earle, she was a woman. She was a marine biologist, and she had an incredible impact on how everyone viewed female scientists. She did a lot for marine biology. She was born August 30th, 1935, in New Jersey. So she is kind of older now, but she did move to Florida when she was around 12 or 13, and this is where she discovered her love of exploring things the near water. So things like seagrass and all the little marshes that are in Florida. She would love looking at all the little animals and the different kinds of species that live around water. She also went to Florida State University while she was living there, and she furthered her education at Duke University, which is a really nice school, and she earned a PhD. Um, Her PhD, I believe, was in botany, um, and she definitely took that and put it towards being a marine biologist. So she did many, many things. These are just the main ones that I thought were very interesting. So she was the first woman to be the chief scientist of the NOAA, and that's the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration. Before her, all of the chief scientists were all men, so she was the first woman to do that. She also, I think this one's really cool, she set the world record for untethered diving, which is basically you put on your scuba gear and you walk around at the bottom of the ocean. She was at 381 meters deep, which is really, really deep. She's also published over 190 scientific papers, so she's done a lot. She wrote lots of essays and articles about all of the work she's done. She also helped design the Deep Rover, which, if you've heard of the Mars rover, or that's probably the easiest one, the Mars rover. That's a rover that's on Mars. It's like a little robot, and it just goes around Mars and tries to find things, since people can't go up there yet. But she made an ocean version. It's called the Deep Rover, and it reached 914 meters underwater, which is really deep. That's like double how deep she was as a human. Um, and my favorite is that she led the first all-female team of aquanauts, which we'll talk a little bit more about what an aquanaut is in a little bit. But that's just a little bit about her. There's a picture of her right there when she was younger in her scuba gear. So now we know who Sylvia Earle is, but we don't really know what marine biology is, so we're going to learn a little bit more about marine biology right now. So these are just some key terms that we're going to learn that are going to help us understand what Sylvia Earle did a little bit more. So marine biology is the study of marine life and their behaviors and interactions with the environment. So marine biologists, they really focus on the ocean a lot, and they'll look at the fish and the coral reefs and everything that goes on down there, just to learn a little bit more about it. And then an aquanaut, which is what we were just talking about, is a person who lives in and out of water. They can live underwater shelters and they explore. They don't necessarily have to live there, but that is the technical term. So a good way to remember an aquanaut is when you think of an astronaut. Pretty sure most people know what that is. It's a person that goes to space with their little spacesuit on. An aquanaut is sort of the same thing. They put on a suit and everything, except instead of going to space, they're exploring underwater. So aquanaut, astronaut, aqua is water.